What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. And due to popular request, highly requested, a lot of people wanted to hear thoughts on the Quinton Dunbar request to be traded or released from the Redskins. We're gonna dive into that, what that means for the Miami Dolphins, and the huge potential that we have to land this player, and also what it means for him, the NFL, and the current flow and situation. Now, Quinton Dunbar is a huge piece, okay? He is a huge piece that's going to be floated around in this free agency period, all right? Now, we're going to talk more about this in a second. I'm going to give about 30 seconds for more people to roll into the room. We got 30 people watching already, but only 7 likes. Let's hit that like button, guys. We're going to have a lot of people on this stream. Shout out to Stefan Kisakowski with the first one in the building. He said, well, let's go. I'm here, baby. What's good with you, Justin, Pro Football Scouting Analyst? Shout out to you, and shout out to the Mod Squad. We already got Loso Dolphin Fan, Flipside Fishing, and Elder Bruce Jones in the building. Let's enjoy another one. That's right, Michael Simmons. Hey, Mike, man, you remind me, Mike always showing love to this channel and supporting in so many different ways. Mike, reply to me, man. I want to make sure I just took care of you. What's up, Russell? Elder Bruce Jones in the building. I see you, homie. Right here. What's up, TD? Eli Apple, Horsey Head. Shout out to you, man. Hope everything good over in the Bahamas, brother. EM Dolphin fan said, TD, the Dunbar situation might be why the Xavier Howard rumors being included in the possible trades are surfacing. Oh my gosh, EM, you just added an element to this that I didn't even think about. Oh my gosh, you about to have my mind moving. It's moving. All right, let's roll, baby. Bree the G in the building. The G is here. You're welcome, folks. Shout out to the homie Breon, man. This is the place to be, TD. Let's get rolling, y'all. But hit that like button. We got 38 people watching and only 18 likes. Y'all help me out. Punch that like button, guys. Without further ado, let's get it popping. And you did, TD. I got you, Michael. You see you got that wrench now. I appreciate your support, brother. All right, let's get it. First and foremost, Quinton Dunbar, okay? I also, y'all give me a second because it just closed out on me. It just closed out on me. Y'all give me a second. Let me pull it back up. Quinton Dunbar. It closed out on me. That's all right. We're going to be all right. I know what I need to talk about anyway. Hold on. There it is. Just as a reference. Anyway. All right. So listen, guys. Quinton Dunbar, first and foremost, I want to talk a little bit about this kid. Okay. Help y'all understand who he is. Okay. Now, first and foremost, Quinton Dunbar was the Redskins' highest graded player on PFF last year. I'm going to throw another one out there. Do y'all know that Richard Sherman was number 1 in the NFL PFF rating last year for cornerbacks? I know it's all schematic and things like that, but Dunbar is somebody who actually fits in the Miami Dolphins scheme. And Dunbar was the second highest rated cornerback for PFF last year, ladies and gentlemen. Second rated, okay? I'm going to read some information on what they said about Quinton this year, okay? So because a lot of people don't even know who that is. I knew who Quinton Dunbar was. I didn't follow him extensively, but I knew who he was, okay? All right, so back in November, they said Quinton Dunbar is having himself quite the season. Dunbar has quietly been a big bright spot for the Washington Redskins, even if it is hard to see through all the trying times. Trying times? Okay. Pro Football Focus has made a point to keep spotlighting Dunbar, though by revealing he's the team's highest graded player so far. Dunbar has very quietly been one of the NFL's best cornerbacks to start the 2019 NFL season. He ranked second in overall grade, 88.0, and first in coverage grade, 90.0. Coverage grade, ladies and gentlemen. He's first in the NFL for coverage grade. EM said, yes, Dunbar is excellent in a scheme that deploys press man concept. Yes, sir. among qualified cornerbacks. He also ranks tied for 4th in pass rating allowed, 52.6, with 3/4 incompletions on the year. And this was in the middle of the season, y'all. It got better, okay? It got better. I'm giving you an article from November. It got better. Those are some gaudy numbers from Dunbar. Though NFL team seems to be betting the hint as they direct more attempts at other Redskins defenders, so far Dunbar has been targeted 41 times, with Josh Norman checking in higher. If Dunbar keeps playing like this, teams will only continue to stop going at him. That's just a quick article on Dunbar and the player he is. But I know more information about Dunbar. Dunbar came as a wide receiver. This is the same guy that was a wide receiver, converted cornerback so that he could play. He's a wide receiver, true and through, period. Not a wide receiver in a corner. He's a wide receiver. He converted to cornerback. He converted to become a cornerback because of his length and speed. And now he's number 1 in the NFL for coverage grade at 90.0. I never knew that. Yes, sir. That's why when I was reading this, I was like, we got enough receivers. And then I was like, well, didn't he switch? And then I had to go look. I was like, yeah, this is the same guy. And he balling. He's balling. Well, then, keep Howard on long side and Dunbar on the other side. Richard Sherman was an ex-wide receiver as well. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But yes, that's what Quinton Dunbar is. He's number 2 in the entire league, Pro Football Focus grade for cornerbacks. Now I'm about to hit y'all with a gut wrench. You can argue that he's better than Xavier Howard. I wonder what y'all think. EM, what you think? Hey, I'm curious. What do you think? Is he better than Xavier Howard at this point? I mean, at this point, well, it's fair. It's fair because both of them been hurt. Both of them had some injury issues. Both of them been hurt. So I was going to be like, oh, it's unfair because X been hurt. Well, both of them had injuries. Dunbar is only 27 years old. Hey, this development yesterday, this came out, y'all. He requested a trade. Last night he talked to the brass. Okay, let me go ahead and give y'all the backstory of what's going on, why he's disgruntled, okay? Let me help y'all understand, okay? See, EM talk about all his attributes, but he didn't answer my question. Is he better than Xavier Howard? You see how EM avoided that? Y'all hit that like button if you're loving this, man. He said Dunbar has Richard Sherman size, strength, but with excellent long speed. But he didn't answer the question. Is he better than Xavier Howard? Hey, he probably won't even answer it because he don't want to say it. What's up, Bree? What's up, homie? Let me give y'all the backstory, man. Why EM debate whether he want to be honest or not. I still take X because he takes the ball away. Nah, get out of here. Stop all that. Look at he making an excuse. I'd still take X because he takes the ball away. In other words, yes, Dunbar is better in everything. X takes the ball away. He's holding on to dear life, man. Breeda G said Dunbar is from Miami, therefore he's a dog. You better know it, baby. Hey, and I'm gonna be honest, I ain't know that, Bree. I ain't know that, man. That's what's up, man. That's good to know. A native? Ooh. I agree with EM. X is better. Okay. All right. Anyway, man, let me give you the backstory. I'm gonna read this article and let me give credit where credit is due. Every time I find a good article that depicts something, I want to make sure I'm giving all the props. All right. This is by Scott Jennings. Okay. Scott Jennings. Yesterday at 9 p.m. he made this article because last night Dunbar talked to the brass in the front office, and this is what came out of it. Okay. No, I know what you mean, not the Canes, but for Miami, Bree. All right, so earlier today, this was yesterday, okay? Earlier today, it was reported that Redskins cornerback Quinton Dunbar was skipping OTAs as he enters his contract year. He's in a contract year. This conversation is actually going to go real broad. It's got a lot to talk about in this conversation because we got a lot of leverage, okay? We're talking about a guy who's in a contract year. Next year is his last year, okay? Next year is his last year on under contract. And he's slated to make $3.25 million base salary with no guarantees. They can cut him. There's no dead cap, no guarantees. This is his last year of the contract. He's making $3.25 million, and he ain't got a new deal in place. And it ain't no guarantees. So they can cut him and don't lose out, other than losing a player who looked like he about to be elite in this league. Hit that like button. He only making $3.25 million this year. Okay? 27 years old, y'all. I gotta look for his birthday. I hope it just passed. Oh, that'd be even better. Oh, somebody at the door. One moment. That'd be Amazon. I'm back. All right. So he's basically on a contract year, y'all. Thanks for y'all patience, man. He's on a contract year. He will be 28 at the start of 2020 season. Crap, but that's okay. 28, 29, 30, 31. We got 4 years, baby. This is the perfect time. If he would have been 29, it's like, but this is the perfect time. This is your prime last good contract where you can get the most out of him. Okay? Prime contract. And then by the time he's 31, there ain't no more guaranteed money on that contract. All right? All right, so this guy is sitting in limbo. I'm making $3.25 million. I'm out here balling. And they ain't even giving me an extension yet. So he's now they're in that chess game. He said, I'm skipping OTAs because I'm not finna go to OTAs and get hurt. And then y'all really want to devalue me. And what situation can you cite? Reuben Foster last year had that major knee injury during OTAs. That's why Dunbar is saying, I'm not coming to OTAs. I'm on a contract year. I am on a contract year. I'm not going to OTAs. I'm not finna y'all ain't finna Reuben Foster me. I done earned actual real money. Undrafted. This guy was undrafted, y'all. He was undrafted, proved himself in this league. Wide receiver converted to corner, balling. Hit that like button. He said, y'all ain't finna turn me into Reuben Foster on my contract year and then I have an injury. No, I ain't showing up to OTAs. But there appeared to be more to this story, and I'm going to talk to y'all about it. John Keim reports that Quinton Dunbar has requested a trade or his release from the Redskins. Dunbar was in negotiations with the team before Bruce Allen firing. When Bruce Allen was there, they were in negotiations. But they fired Bruce Allen. And they hired Ron Rivera. But he hasn't been in contract talks with, he has not been in contact with Rivera. And now he wants out. What it smells like to me, he's been trying to get in contact with them, trying to figure out what we're going to do. And they're basically not answering the phone. They basically not answering the phone on this kid. This will be the second year in a row that a major starter has requested a trade or his release. Last year, we didn't find out until first week of June that Trent Williams wanted out. The team has more options and time now that they know Dunbar requests before free agency and the draft. And that's what we're going to talk about more than anything. Free agency and the draft and how Quinton Dunbar plays into that. There is the possibility that they could still work out a deal, of course, or move on depending on Dunbar's demands. Now we wait to see how Ron Rivera reacts. Let's talk about this. First of all, he fed up. He's not going to show up to OTAs. That's the first sign of saying, trade me or release me. They can release him and don't lose any money, but they're not going to release him. That's value. So they're already probably taking calls today. Their phone is blowing up around the league today about Quinton Dunbar. Today, you got over 20 teams, probably over 25 teams. Hey, what's going on over there with Quinton? What are you all thinking? What are you talking about? Y'all looking to move him? We want to make an offer, including the Miami Dolphins. I can trust me, that's happening. That is happening. And in a Flores-style defense, oh, it's happening. I have all the faith in the world that Greer and them over there talking right now. We better be. We already giving them more credit. Y'all heard me this morning. They better be. Now, let's talk about a trade before we talk about free agency. Because I don't see Quinton Dunbar hitting the free agent market because they release him. Because why would they release him when they can get value? They can get a draft pick back. He's still under contract. They can get value. I don't see the release of him. I don't see free agency happening in his sight. But I do see a trade. So y'all tell me in the comment section, if you know football and you know Quinton Dunbar, if we were to trade for anybody, what is the value right now that Quinton Dunbar would warrant? I'm trying to picture that in my head myself because we know the accolades aren't there, but at the same token, we know the talent is there that could have been accolades. What is the value of this guy that the Redskins would say, okay, let's get it done? Everybody's saying a third round pick. We got 1 second. Los Dolphin fans said fifth. Xavier Rhodes. What about him, Bree? TD, when I come to corner, I'd rather have them have more pass breakups over interceptions because it's consistency over flashy. Please, do you agree? I definitely agree, Anthony. That's why I'm not big on Xavier Howard. Never have been. Second to third round pick. Third round pick. Third or maybe two, third, four. What's up? It's going to take at least the two. 2 and 4. Here's what I think it would take. Y'all probably going to kill me for this. It depends on the desperation. In a situation where there's not a lot of interest, you can get Dunbar for a fourth. It's like one of those, let's get something. He's the man. Because you have to understand. See, when you trade a guy like Dunbar, you're not just trading a draft pick. You're trading the understanding that you are about to ink him on another deal. So half of the teams are already out of play for the simple fact of, I'd give a second, but I'm not going to pay him that X amount of money a year. You see what I'm saying there? It's loaded. See, you don't just talk about what you can trade him for. You have to say, you're trading him for X amount of dollars and a pick because you got to sign him on that contract. So half the teams don't even have that cap space to justify bringing him in. Let's get that straight now. So if half the teams don't even have the cap space to justify bringing him in, then the other half of the teams, the price just went down a little, not much. Just a little. That's why it would be fair to say If you're lucky, you can get him for a third. But if everybody's out there highly coveting him and want him, unfortunately, and I do say unfortunately with the grimace, you have to give up a second and pay the money. But that leads to the next question. With the player of his stature and his situation, what type of deal would he warrant? What type of deal would he warrant? How much what type of contract would he be worth? Talking about a guy who's at the top of his game right now, and in regards to cornerbacks, he's on a trajectory to help you win games. I personally say a guy like this, see, right now he wants his exit money. He wants his guaranteed exit money. He wants the 4 years. He don't want the little 2 or 3 year deal. He wants a 4-year deal. At a minimum, he'd take 5, but he's going to get a 4. Maybe even a 3, depending on the team. But I'm going to say he wants a 4-year, $30 million contract. He's looking for that. He's looking for a 4-year, $30 million. Plus salary cap going up, all those things. And I honestly say that would be a steal. Here's where the issue comes. There's a team out there that would give him 4 years, 43, 44 million. That's the issue. There's a team out there that would give him 4 years, 44 million. I know it's low ball, Bree, but I'm still banking on those injuries. Yeah, he balled out last year, but his career spelled up and downs because being on the field. I need to look that up, man. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about with Quinton Dunbar. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me give you a little career picture real quick, okay? Now, he's seasoned, no doubt about it, okay? He came in this league in 2015. He only started 2 games and played 11 because of injuries. In 2016, he played 14 games. In 2017, he played 15 games. That's all good. And he wasn't that guy then. And that's all good. In 2018 is where the injury bug really set in. He only played 7 games. And he looked really good at that time. Put it like this. He had more tackles in 2018 playing 7 games than he had in any other season before that, playing 15 and 14 games. You saw him starting to come on. You saw the progression was starting. He was getting better. He had more picks than ever in a short time. So that's a 2018 injury bug, ladies and gentlemen. In 2019, injury hit him again last year. He played 11 games. He did good on the tackles again. And this time he was balling out in regards to the interceptions. He had 4. He had 4. His numbers are climbing up. Now, what these stats don't show you is his lockdown ability. See, these stats don't show you, I'm draping my man, the ball ain't even coming this way. I'm draping my man, the pass was off because they knew not to throw it accurate. I would have got that. I'm all over my man. I'm doing my thing. See, stats don't show you coverage. PFF does, a rating, but the stats don't show you that. So he's gotten better and better and better. Let me not give him 2 betters. Let me say better and better based off of the years. Shout out to Quint Riddle. He said, not worth it, TD. He is not that good. Trust. He is just a fast guy. Bro, in the scheme that we run, if we bring in that pressure in the front 4, that's what we need, a fast guy who can cover. I say it is worth it. Let me get that out there now, Quint. I say it is worth it. But again, what did I say? 4 year, $30 million. That's what I say is worth it. Like Breon said, that's lowballing, but I'm banking off of, bro, your last 2 years, you've been injury prone. Why you think Washington ain't talking to you about a new deal? Yeah, you number 2 on PFF, but I'm showing you good faith with 4 years, 30. I mean, do y'all not think that 4 years, 30 million is not worth it? I think that's more than worth it. If you miss, it was okay. If you hit, oh, you just robbed the whole chart. You got a guy that's probably worth 14 per year that you got for 7.5. If it works out. And if it don't work out, 7 million, we'll eat it. TD is a cheap GM. I ain't cheap, bro, but come on. 7 games, then 11. The last 2 seasons, you ain't gave me. Matter of fact, in 5 years, you ain't gave me a full season. You ain't gave me a full season. So 7 games in 2018 and 11 in 2019. No, we got to prorate that. Trey Waynes has the same athletic profile as Dunbar, but he's faster. I think Waynes is in the wrong scheme in Minnesota. I'm not taking that as a player. Well, I get that, Bree. I get that you ain't taking that as a player. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're not taking it. Let me tell you why it doesn't matter. Miami Dolphins, you spend that pick and you bring them in anyway. You don't want to take it, then skip training, skip voluntary workouts. We're going to pay you $3.25 million to prove it. And then we'll offer you a big deal. If you want to walk after that anyway, then bye. We're going to pay you $3.25 million to do it. And if you want to sit out, hurt your own stock anyway. You're a guy who was eclipsing at the end of his career, about to be if you sit out this year, you're going to be 30 the year after that. He ain't taking them chances, Bree. He can play tough ball all he want. And you know what? We're going to sit him right there on that $3.25 million salary. And if he chooses to sit out, we ain't even paying that. But we're going to sit him right there. You think he going to sit down for a whole year and then go into being 30, talking about, okay, now which team want to give me my deal since I'm free now? Come on, bro. What kind of money you think he going to get at 30 years old at that point? I don't care if he don't accept that. That's what I'm offering, and I feel that it's fair. Now, if you don't feel that it's fair, don't sign the deal. Then play for this 3.25. Prove to us that you can make a Pro Bowl, and hell, we'll talk about 11, 12, maybe even more. You're a mean GM, TD. It is what it is. You can't be playing with these players. They ain't playing with you. As a general manager, you can't play around with them. They are not playing with you. Their agent is not playing with you. It's just like that. At the very worst, make the trade and control the chips. Control the board. Control the freaking board, man. Quint Riddle says, so you want give a Tua-like cornerback a contract? Absolutely, because his trajectory is on the up and up. His trajectory is on the up and up. And on top of it, the injuries that he's had, bro, we talk about 7.5 a year. Bro, he could play half a season, and if he give us that production, it was worth 7.5. I mean, y'all act like I'm saying, let's give him Pro Bowl $14 million a year money. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, not at all. You got to take this. You got to take this. I mean, this is a good opportunity. That's how I look at it. And on top of it, a player like that, you bring in now when you got the money. Because in 3 years, we ain't going to have no money. Let's get that straight now. In 3 to 4 years, we ain't gonna have no money. You bring him in now so you can front load and still get the production on the back end. That's what I love about the way our books are set up. Everybody we bring in on free agency, when we give them money, we should be front loading it right now. For the next 2 years, front load it. Because that's where we're going to have our most space. Because 3 years and 4 years from now, we got too many people that's coming off of a rookie deal that might actually be worth more. We got too many people that's going to be coming out their rookie deal in 2023, 2024, 2025. I mean, that's the reality of the future. This is the time now. That's why X's deal wasn't an issue, because we're paying him while we have tons of money. Do something with it. But when we build this team to be Super Bowl caliber ready, we can't do that anymore. We're going to sit back and be like, oh, I'm lucky we gave that person a deal early and we gave them most of the money earlier, because now that $13 million per year player, we're only playing $7 million on the back end per year for the last 2 years or something. That's what you do with a cat like this right now. $30 million deal, 4 years. That's $7.5 million per year. But next year, you give them 11.5. Then the year after that, you give them 11.5. You're done with the guaranteed money. Now the last 2 years is about $4.5 million each, if you want to keep them, because the guaranteed money is gone. That's how you work that out. This is man, I'm just saying. Y'all don't understand, man. Let's say Xavier Howard comes back healthy and he gets back to playing Pro Bowl football. Let me put it like that. I can't say it's Xavier Howard football, but he gets back to playing Pro Bowl football. Guys, if you got a guy like Quinton Dunbar on the opposite side, a guy like Nick Needham who's up and coming, that possibly could play the slot. You got Eric Rowe and those guys playing well in the safety. We finally got the secondary. Guys, you got 2 lockdown corners if you want to consider Xavier Howard a lockdown corner. Quinton Dunbar is a lockdown corner. Your coverage grade is 90%, you're lockdown corner. Anything over about 84 to me is you're in that realm of lockdown corner on a coverage rating. In the right scheme. Let me get that straight now. In the right scheme. But you got those 2 guys. Now your linebackers can actually focus on the run. Now your linebackers can actually, and your safety can actually focus on the tight end instead of worrying about okay, I got this tight end, but I'm also help side over here. Oh, man, we stretching our defense. Put Bobby nickel corner. No, put Bobby as rover. Depth. Bringing in a Quinton Dunbar means that we have some real depth now. Quinton the starter. I'm talking about these guys that we like, we put him there or them there. Now there's some real depth. Bobby McCain is real depth now. He's at the safety. He's at the nickel backup. He's at the cornerback. He's real depth now. And EM got a good point. Look what EM said. I was actually about to get there, EM. We can move off Howard next year in a possible trade with Needham taking over for him. That's why you bring in a freaking Dunbar. Because if Dunbar works out and eventually we got Xavier Howard, now you got trade bait. And you're getting off of a big contract. Now Xavier Howard's contract that you just traded away and got a draft asset for is paying for Dunbar and Needham's new deal. Because Needham's going to need a deal eventually if he elevates his play and becomes that guy. Now you got Dunbar and Needham, and Xavier Howard's contract is playing for both of them, and now you got even more cap space. I hate to say it, but this is the Patriots way. You bring in a guy like Dunbar, he coming off of injuries, pay him on that middle of the road deal, a little bit more than middle of the road, maybe even talk about 8.5 per year. And if it works out, Xavier Howard is still value. He's the most valuable player on your roster right now as far as contract, and you can alleviate his contract, trade them off for a draft pick, and have the money now to pay both of those guys. Now you're saving 2 for 1. 2 for 1. That's all the Patriots do. They 2 for 1 it all the time. We got your stock up real high, left tackle. We already had your replacement playing behind you. Now you're about to pay for your replacement and the other guy that we just brought in at right tackle by trading you, and we picked up a 3rd round pick in the process, or whatever it may be. It's too complex, man, this game. You got to make moves like this. That's why I try to tell y'all, you cannot fall in love with players. Fall in love with the team. Oh, he's our best this. So what? That means he's an asset. What do you do with assets? You make money from it, and that is it. What, TD and I are on the same page? What is the world coming to? I don't know, EM. I keep looking outside looking for the asteroid. Every time I see you agree, I'm like, is he getting his life together at the last minute? Bro, Needham ain't that good, though. Why do you want subpar players? J. Rose, that's so unfair, man. I'm going to start using that term instead of saying y'all be ridiculous. I'm going to start just saying y'all being unfair, because you are being unfair to say Needham ain't that good. Needham is undrafted. The production Needham gave us last year is that good. And with this coaching staff, he should be even crazier. He should be even crazier good. Just that much better. He should be, like he said on his IG, you did it once, now you got to prove that you could do it again. I don't like that, because I don't want you to prove you could do it again. I want you to prove that you could do it even better. But you got a guy who's trying to put in the work. So it's unfair to say he ain't that good. Based off of being an undrafted rookie, there's 1st round picks they ain't do as good as Nick Needham. There's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks that ain't even scratched the surface of what Needham scratched this year. Now, albeit he got an opportunity that some of them guys didn't get because we were thin, and all these young undrafted players were going to get a shot. But that's what I said last year. I said this is a blessing. This is why undrafted players, the best of the best undrafted players, will come to Miami, because they see a real opportunity. You ain't no undrafted player trying to go to the freaking Saints. You ain't no undrafted player that's really, really good. You know you believe in your talent trying to go to the Chiefs. Because you sitting behind people you ain't never going to play, even if you got the talent. You coming to Miami. I'm going to actually be a starter. I couldn't imagine that. I went undrafted, and here I am in the NFL, year 1 starting. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? That don't happen. Undrafted player, I am here in the NFL on my rookie year, undrafted, and I'm starting majority of the year. That don't happen. Next year, we're going to get a little sprinkle of that too. Not as much, but we're going to get a little bit more sprinkle of that undrafted class, because Miami's still thin. They still thin. They could bring in a lot of free agents and draft players, but they still got a lot of room on that roster. That's a fact. And then we got a coaching staff that know how to develop talent, know how to put them in positions to make them thrive. Oh, my gosh. Come on, y'all. Quinton Dunbar is a good option for us. It's a good option. Now, if he talking that crazy stuff, whatever team sign me, if you ain't giving me more than $13 million, then I don't want it. Then I get it. I get it. But we should be making that call, trying to get away with a 3rd round pick, and talking to this kid about offering him no more than about 8.5. No more than 8.5. If you're desperate, we might talk about 9. I don't like that, but we might talk about 9. Well, we might guarantee a little less. TD, the reason why I said the corners start regressing, it's because I was watching tape of guys like Darrell Revis and Josh Norman. Yeah, a lot of them do. But again, some guys are just late bloomers. See, it's hard to just talk about how corners do. Every individual is different, man. Every individual is different. Well, GMTD, you ain't trying to bring him in with 7.5 cheapo. Bree, you got to understand, you can manipulate the contracts. You could tell a guy he getting 9.5 a year, but keep the same guaranteed money. You see what I mean? What's the difference from a 7.5 per year for 4 years? That equals 30 million, right? And see, let me help y'all educate y'all something with general manager work, okay? If you give a guy 4 years, 30 million, that's 7.5 million a year, right? And you guarantee 20, right? Or you give him 4 years, 40 million, and you guarantee 20. There's only a slight difference. Only thing I'm on the hook for is $20 million both ways. One, you're guaranteed to have them for 2 years. The other, you're guaranteed to have them for about 2.5 based off of the salary. You see how you play that? So I could tell you I'm giving you 10 million a year, $40 million contract, as long as I'm only guaranteeing 20. Or I could tell you 7.5 a year for 30 million. You can make that be the same thing if you want. You can, if you want. Shout out to Douglas Durong in the building. What's up, TD? I miss you, bud. How you doing? I'm great, man. I'm great. I've been watching your premieres every day, man. That's some hot fire, man. Y'all got to go check out Doug if you're not subscribed. I'm sure most of y'all probably are, but if you're not, you got to go check it out. Fire content, always about the Miami Dolphins and always keeping it classy. It's hard to keep it classy over here with guys like EM and me, but you already know what time it is. What up, fellas? How's everyone doing? Watching the great TD. See, he always passes his greatness off to others. That's why he's great, y'all. That's exactly why he's great. Man. But yeah, man. I mean, we got opportunities, Doug. A lot going on out here, man. Quinton Dunbar is something that I would really explore doing. Something I really explore doing. LOL. If you're on late tonight, I might jump in if you're doing the panel. What time, Doug? You got to tell me what time you might be able to jump in. Give me a time if you can real quick. Because I understand what you mean. You might, because you're probably busy. But if you're not busy, what time would that be? Because I got to make sure EM get all his buffoonery out before you hop on so people can hear some actual real football knowledge. TD is only great at spewing buffoonery. There go EM trying to defend himself, y'all. Y'all hit that like button. We got 157 watching and only 69 likes. Punch that like button. 10-ish. Is that Eastern, bro? Is that Eastern? Yeah, you in Philly. That's Eastern. All right, so 10, we might start around, I don't know, man. It depends, because we might start early. We might start a little later. It just depends. We might start at 8. We might start at 9. Because it just depends, because I know EM doesn't stop doing Tua's hip rub until 9 p.m. But he is central, so that's I have to get with EM and see if Tua's gonna work him hard tonight. So we'll see. All right. Like EM, I'm on your side. Don't do it, Big Boy Sports News. If that's too late, don't hold up for me. You're good. We'll be rolling. Hopefully we're on long enough to where you can come through, because it's always a pleasure, man, having you on the show and always helping these guys see a different light, man, because I can't do it anymore. I can't help some people see it, man. It's just crazy. But yeah, but back to this real quick, guys. They asked Quinton Dunbar about him wanting to be traded, and his words were, "It is what it is." That's all he said about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. That was his reply. He's done with them, man. He's done with them. Doug said, "I'll hit you up and keep you updated regardless. We will link up on a panel this week." Got you, bro. I'll be live all week, so I got you, man. You hop in anytime. Well, panel. You'll know if you see TD FINSTALK at the bottom of the screen. That's when I'm on a panel. You know the software. But y'all make sure y'all go check them out, guys. Doug, it's always a pleasure, bro. TD, when you talking about Taysom Hill, he's gonna come at some point today, because right now I'm about to get ready to go run a quick errand, go to lunch with my boys, get a quick workout in, and then I'll be back live, hopefully around 2. Now, here's the only issue. You know what? I'm gonna promise you all. I'm gonna make a promise real quick. I'm gonna promise y'all I'm gonna be live at 2 today. I'm gonna be live at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's an hour and a half, hour and about 38 minutes from now. The reason why I'm going to promise that is so you all will know that you can come find me at that time, because this is our 3rd live stream today. And unless I'm wrong, y'all going to have to answer it for me. They say YouTube only send notifications on your first 3 streams in a day. Everything else, your people have to be in tune and be there. So just know I'll be live at 2. And when we get in at 2, I'll ask y'all if y'all got the notifications or not. So when we first start, it probably won't be as many people in the room, because that's how that works. And then eventually people catch on and they start coming over, all right? Might sound crazy, TD, but bring that Miami talent home, TD. I agree, man. I agree. Playing in front of at the crib, in front of his family. Let's go. Let's go get Quinton. Let's go get Quinton Dunbar. That solves a lot, y'all. That solves a big piece of that defense. We need a guy opposite Xavier Howard, or we need a guy to play for Xavier Howard if he gets hurt, because that's a real concern. TD, can you talk about pass rushers? Eventually, I have it on the list. It's not at the top as a priority, but it is on the list. It is on the list. All right. So before I get out of here, at 2 o'clock, y'all got to tell me which topic y'all want to talk about. Too many free agent quarterbacks that are very good. Why is this happening? Or Taysom Hill. Let me see what else. 2020 expectations. Let me see. We already know about that. Fan divide after drafting number 5 is another topic. Depending on who we draft at number 5, how would it impact the fan base? Like if we take Tua, how does it impact the fan base? If we don't take Tua, what does it do to the fan base? That's a topic as well. So y'all let me know real quick in the comment section, which one do y'all want to talk about? Too many, free agent quarterbacks that are really good. Why is that happening? Taysom Hill. The divide between the fan base with the number 5 pick, or 2020 expectations. No on Tua. 2020 expectations. Love the live stream, TD. I appreciate you, Justin. I'm here, man. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, guys. Quinn, I believe he is better than X and will cost like half of X's contract. True. Free agent, offense, and defense line. Men, please. O-line and D-line free agency. The reason why I've been kind of holding off on all the positions of free agency, because that's going to be its own series coming up soon. Sure does. Shoe fact. Sure does. At least 8-8. We can discuss Dolphins football, baby. I'm down for whatever route Flores go. It's the next 2020 expectations. Look like we're going with 2020 expectations. It looks like we're going with 2020 expectations next, ladies and gentlemen. 2020 expectations will be next. I'll see y'all at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to TD Fans Talk. Please help me get 100 likes before the end of this video. Punch that like button before you get out of here, guys. Please, let's see if we can get it up over 100. We're at 76 right now. Hit that like button. 78. We're growing. Come on, hit that like button, guys. Punch that like button. We at 80. We climbing. We climbing the charts. Hit that like button real quick. Just move the chat. Hit the like button. Bring it back. Hit that like button real quick. Come on, help me out, guys. 82. We climbing. TD, write my last comment down. TD, can you search up all the positions and talk about which players to get? Yes, I already have that in the work, Aaron. The only issue is it takes time. It's a lot. I'm working on it, though. I promise you. 84. We got 16 more to go. Hit that like button. Help me out, guys. Jets looking to trade Jamal Adams. Oh, I got to go look at that one. 86, 14 more to go. Can you hit that like button? 87, 13 to go. TD, please read the chat above or addressed later. Did you say something else, Donald, that I missed? It does solve a lot, TD, if we can get a Dunbar to match with X. Will this change the Fins' draft priorities? Is the question. Sharif West, interesting take. TD, can you see Rosen playing for the XFL? Man, Rosen ain't playing for no XFL. He might be your starting quarterback next year. But it doesn't change the draft landscape because our early picks, I don't think we were invested in a corner anyway. 91, we got 9 more to go, and it's still 115 watching. So I know we can get to 100 likes. We need a safety. That's true, but we need a corner too. For like button. X out of chat for like button. Then come back in. Yes, we almost there with 100 likes, guys. Hit that like button. No, Rosen. Looking forward to next chat. Yes, 2020 expectations should be good. We're gonna talk about record prediction early on. It could change. In 2020 expectations is gonna be what we expect. What positions we expect to have addressed, what this team should look like, how they should be operating, what areas should be improved, what areas we still probably won't see improvement in, and we got to realize that. All of those things. We'll see. 95, we got 5 more to go. 5 more likes, guys. I know we'll get it, but this is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Again. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. I will see y'all in about an hour and a half. Thank y'all for tuning in as always. I love y'all. Y'all have a good lunch break, man. I'm about to take mine now, and then I will be back at 2 o'clock. Love y'all. Peace.